to my channel. Today, as always, is a story time. Today's story is called And today's activity is going to be coloring. And it is DC Superhero Girls Coloring and Activity Book. Who's excited? I know I'm excited. There are many different cartoons in here. A lot of these girls are skinny, and that is not me. So I'm gonna find a chunky superhero girl. One that maybe could represent me in some form or fashion or universe. And of course, as always, I will show you what I have chosen to color at the very end of the video. Well, this story begins with a guy, let's see, we will call him Charlie for anonymity's sake. Because I doubt that he would ever see this video, but just in case he does, I don't want him to be embarrassed. I met Charlie through a friend of a friend. And we all decided to go on a double date together. When I met Charlie, Charlie was cool. He was tall, pale, and handsome. He had a really big personality. And me and him were kind of the same, as in we liked to talk. We were very kind of boisterous. We clicked very well. So it seemed like a really good match. We got along very well, which is always important. He was a character. We always had a good time. We could always talk about anything. We could joke about anything. It was just a good time. I had been on maybe a few dates with him. Well, he had actually called me up this particular time, and he had invited me to his apartment. And I was really excited. And I was looking forward to it. And the day came, of course. I went over to his house, and I'm like, okay, well, what are we gonna do? He's like, watch some movies.
Why don't we just hang out?
And I was like all for it. And like I said before, we had really good chemistry with each other. I hoped that we would take things further, and I know that he wanted that as well. So I get there, we hang out, have a good time. We engaged in some physical activity, if you know what I mean. It was great. It was a lot of fun. And I felt like he was a really good match in that area for me. Because, sometimes some of these men, not always the best fit. But he was very skilled. I'll just say that. Very, very skilled at what he did. And I was, of course, very satisfied, very happy customer. Oh God, don't say customer. I didn't pay for anything. Anyways, afterwards, after you have physical activity or relations with somebody, and there's always the category of men and women who like to either cuddle or hold hands and either profess their happiness, love, in some cases disgust for one another.
I am disgusted.
After something like that happens, I'm going to, first of all, speak for myself. When I engage in physical activity, my ass is hungry afterwards. And so I was like, we need some snacks up in here. Can I get some, some food or whatever? He's like, sure. We were sitting there, and he's just talking. I'm not really listening because, I'm hungry. And typically when I'm hungry and people are talking to me, I don't really hear them. Hence this. So he is just talking away and talking away and talking away. When people are talking to me, I just nod my head and go, oh, really? Yeah, that sounds interesting. You know, it's just, I'm not really paying attention, but I want to give off the illusion that I am paying attention, which is not a good thing to do because you really need to listen to people when they talk. Because it's not polite. I believe in being polite and having good manners. Not all the time, but most of the time. He's talking and I'm just agreeing with whatever he is saying. Not paying attention at all. And he gets up and he goes, "Oh, well, let me go get my outfit on." And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, "Let me get my ninja outfit on." I said, "Your ninja outfit?" I was like, "Oh, okay." Knowing that I had no idea what he was talking about because, you know, me being who I am and not paying attention when somebody was talking and stuffing my mouth full of food, I heard nothing that he said. I had no idea what he was talking about, but you know what? I was like, I'm gonna go with the flow because my ass was not listening. So we're just gonna go with it. Whatever he's doing, let him put his little ninja outfit on and do what he's gonna do. So he's gone for maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. So he comes from the bedroom and he has on a mask and a belt. That's all he's wearing, a mask and a belt. He got nothing else on, completely naked, but those two items. I was like, oh, so that's your ninja outfit. And he struts up in front of me. Again, he has no clothes on. So it's just flapping there. Anyhow, he's strutting his stuff and he's like, "Don't I look great?" And I'm just like, "You look so good." And so he's smiling, he's cheesing. He knows that he is the shit. He knows he look good. Cause you know, I'm smiling. Of course I am being absolutely supportive because my ass wasn't paying attention to what he was saying in the first place. So I have no other choice but to be supportive. So I said, "So what are you gonna do?" I mean, he's like, "I'm gonna show you my special routine that I put together. So if I ever have like a show or everything, like, you know, have like my own show one day that I'm gonna showcase my talents." I was like, okay. And I believe he was a green belt in karate because his belt was green. So that makes sense, right? So he proceeds to walk over to, it's kind of like, what do they call those walls? Like a spotlight wall? Is that what they call them? I have no idea. I think I heard that somewhere at some point in my life. That's what they call them. Display wall, maybe that's what it is. Like a display wall. And he had a lot of Asian inspired things, I'll say. So he had like a couple of swords. He had some of those throwy star thingamabobs. And so he goes over to the wall and he's looking at his swords and he's thinking, okay, he's gonna pick one off, I guess. I don't even know what I thought was gonna happen. I didn't know because I was not paying attention. Again, my attention span, because it was like food. I don't see nothing else going on. I didn't give a fuck about anything else. I wanted to eat. So that's all I cared about and nothing else. So he he goes to the wall and he puts his hands up like up against the, like right over like the sword. And he just stands there. And he doesn't do anything. I'm thinking, okay, I'm waiting. Then he makes this weird noise. Like, it was, I don't even know how to explain what the noise was. I don't know, it was some kind of like chant or mating call. I don't know. But then he grabs the sword and he like holds it up and he like unsheaths it. And he does it nice. He's just like really slow so that you can hear like it coming out of like the thing holder. He's like, and then he like holds it together. He's like, he has the sheathing on this one side and the sword in the other. So then he like throws the sheath on the floor and he grabs the sword. He's just standing there. His back is still towards me, okay? His legs are spread. He's holding the sword. And then he's, sorry. So he's holding the sword and he's like, aww. And then he like turns around, has like the sword in hand, like, he's just looking dead at me. And my eyes are just like, it's just like big. I'm like, okay. I tried not to laugh because you know what? And he was really into it. And I just sat there and ate my chips, watching this unfold in front of me. And so turns around, he looks at me like dead in the eye. And I'm just like, okay, do I need to like clap or something? And then, how do you respond to that? Like, honestly, how do you respond to something like that? So he turns all the way around and he starts doing these moves and just like this. And I'm just thinking, what is he doing? This is like an entire routine. This routine goes on for an entire hour. An entire hour. And I couldn't get up and leave. This man is like bearing his soul, and maybe he wasn't bearing his soul, but he was bearing everything else in front of me, wielding a sword in his living room. And I'm thinking, what if he accidentally cut something off? That ran through my mind. I mean, how do you call 911 about that? Like, oh, hello. This guy was doing like a naked ninja routine and he cut his schlong off? That would be really bloody, wouldn't it? Anyways, he does like all these like sword moves. He's doing like these karate kicks with the sword in his hand and like doing this. And so I'm sitting there, I'm watching, but it's like looking at an accident. You come across an accident, but you can't stop looking at it. Like, I mean, you can't turn away from it because it's just like, it's unbelievable. I had never in my life witnessed anything like this. Ever. So, after an hour, he finally finished. And I sat there. And he was breathing like so heavy because he was really into it. I mean, he was going at it. For an hour, that's pretty amazing. So he's out of breath. He's like, I'm done. And I'm just like, that was amazing. I mean, I clapped. I mean, that's amazing. You did a great job. And he's like, well, what did you think? And I kept saying, I thought it was amazing. He's like, you thought it was amazing? I said, I thought it was amazing. You have just the most amazing moves and amazing dexterity. I said, I could never do anything like that. He was like, oh yeah, sure you could. Let me show you. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to hurt myself. You showed me, you know, maybe one day I'll try it. And he was really proud of himself. So after he was finished and he put his sword back, he went back and changed. And by changing, I mean he took his mask off and his belt off and he came back. And he sat on the couch and he told me, he's like, I really like you. You're really cool. He says, you're the very first person I've ever showed this to. And I was just like, really? I was really apprehensive about showing this to somebody. But you really liked it. So I know that you're the right match for me. And I was just like, oh, really? Okay. In my mind, I'm just thinking, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I didn't know what to say. Well, he gave me a kiss. I gave him a kiss. I told him, I said, you know what? I need to go. But thank you for a lovely time. You were great, both in this area and in that area. Because you gotta give him encouragement. He asked when we would see each other again. And I said soon. I should say this. Before he did that routine, I was all about him. I was all about him, all about everything that he rocked my world. Absolutely. But after I saw that, it was like, no. Because I thought, is that what I'm going to have to look forward to every single time we do it? After every single exercise session? Is this what's going to happen? Because I can't do that. I don't have the strength to sit through a kung fu fight or whatever that was every single time. I can't. Again, he asked me, he goes, well, when would I see you again? I said, well, you'll see me soon. We'll keep in touch. He was like, yeah, you know. He's like, well, call me when you get home and, you know, maybe we can talk some more or what have you. He goes, I really like you. You're really cool. I'm like, you're really cool too. And I left and I never went back. He called. He would talk sometimes, but I never went back. I don't think that I am better than anybody, but we like what we like and we make decisions for a reason. And if you feel like you're maybe not compatible with somebody, you really shouldn't ghost people. That's not the way to go. But even to this day, I'm still in shock that I even witnessed that. I'll never get that time back. I'll never get that hour back. The whole routine is ingrained in my mind. It's absolutely burned into my mind. I will never forget that routine. But that's okay. So that is my story of the Naked Ninja. Wow, and I am finished with my picture. Look how thick them thighs are. Oh, she thick. Yes, she is. And she's gorgeous. Hello. I love it. She's thick like me. Well, I'm a whole lot thicker, but that's not the point. If you enjoyed this story, I would love it if you would subscribe, click that bell for the notification, like the video, comment, share. But until next time, bye.